Go for it.
Hello, London town.
Hello.
Hello, London town. Hello, London town.
Hello there.
Oh, we just touched down, and all of a sudden we talk like this.
Why do we talk like this?
Yeah, we just touched down. Oh, and now we all talk like this.
Why do you like talk like this?
I wanted to speak English, but I didn't really want to make the effort to learn anything. And I was at a point in my life where it was nothing happening really. I had the same job for a while. I was graduated for 1 year, and I didn't find any new jobs. So yeah, I just thought, okay, let's go to England and see what can happen if I go there. I just call my landlord. I just call my parents and say, okay, I'm going to go to London in 1 month.
Walking round, walk everywhere, through Regent's Park, down through Trafalgar Square. If you're thinking it's my home ground, yes, I'm telling you about London town.
So when I arrived in London, it was already night time, and it was weekend, so it was engineering work. Nothing was really working the way I wanted to. I arrived in Victoria with my absolutely massive suitcase that I couldn't even carry in the stairs because it was so heavy. I was overweight. I had like 25 kilos, and the maximum was 22. But I've been quite lucky because I don't remember, but I think I didn't pay an extra at the airport. And I went to buy my Oyster card, so I queued, and I couldn't speak at all. So at one point, the salesman just went out to talk to me. So I had anyway my Oyster card for the week or whatever I took, and he just asked me if I was going to live here. And I said, yeah. And then he said, okay, good luck, because I couldn't understand anything. When I arrived, to be honest, I was really full of energy. Like, yeah, I'm going to do it, I'm going to rock it, you know. But then I felt terrible in the first 3 months because, well, I loved the city and I was really excited and, you know, amazed by the amount of people and everything was going on and things like this. But I couldn't speak English, so it was not really fun at all. I couldn't communicate, I couldn't understand people. So every single thing that you do was just like a workout. Going to buy milk was a workout because I had to, you know, obviously talk to people.
I walked the long way round, seen Nelson looking down. Wish that I had that clearer view, but I'm lost here in my head, tangled up inside this web. It's late in the summer now, and I'm caught up in all this madness. I'm lost in the streets I thought I knew.
My first job, I had a friend who was living in London and was working there. So when I arrived, he told me, okay, let's go there and see if they can give you a job. And I had an interview, and I was just nodding and smiling basically for the whole interview, like. And and the lady was called Susie, and she was English, and she had a really strong accent. She was speaking quite fast, but she was lovely. And we did a meeting. I had prepared something, so I had something that I had learned by heart, like my name is Coraline, and blah blah blah. I come from France. So I said all my paper, and then she started asking questions. Then that was not on the paper, so obviously, you know, it went quite bad. But she just ended up saying, okay, do you know croissant, pain au chocolat, and all these things? And I said, yeah. So she said, okay, should be okay. We'll give you a chance and then see what happens. Every time I wanted to go back, something really good happened. After 1 year, I had really enough. My English was much better. I could understand everything. So I decided to quit because I was missing my family as well. So I thought, okay, I'm going to quit, and if I don't find anything, I go back to France. But part of me didn't want to go back to France because my English was not that good enough, and I kind of liked London, but I just didn't like my job. I didn't have money, so I applied to a lot of companies, and when I was almost ready to book the plane ticket, I had a job interview. London for me now is amazing because I got a good job, okay job, and I go to university, I have friends, but when you move in London, it's not easy. You have no friends, you don't have a job, you don't have money, you don't know anyone, so the beginning is hard, and I think that the person that tried to move here thought that he's going to arrive and he's going to have the life I have now, 2 years after. But 2 years ago, where I was living was a complete different reality than today. I think I love to go to London anywhere really by night. I think it's beautiful because it's just the city is quiet and it's massive in the same time. But to be honest, I think I really do love London for everything, every single part, maybe apart from the tube and, being packed in the tube. But for the rest of it, I think I just like everything that makes London. The people, the place, the culture, the museums, everything.
I met Coraline about 3 years ago when she moved into the house I was living in. When she first moved in, she seemed a bit shy, but I think it was kind of a language barrier probably. I mostly saw her as a housemate and not so much as a friend in the beginning, but that changed after a bit. Actually, I think we started getting close when some of the other people moved out of the house and we started spending more time together. She was, I knew quite straight away that she was quite an interesting person because she was here on her own, coming by herself from France. Like when I came here, I came with friends, so obviously it must have been quite a big step for her to come by herself. So she seemed like an independent person, like she believed in herself. Even if her language wasn't good in the beginning, she would still try and give her best and really make an effort to have a conversation with us, even if she didn't understand every single word we would say to her. She would still really try and make an effort. It was very basic English, and I remember really watching myself, like when I was speaking to her, because I knew that if I was using too complicated words or sentences, she would have this blank look on her face, like she wouldn't really understand what I was saying anymore.
Qui dit fatigue dit réveil.